This
and then this.
Hello everyone, my name is Faz and I'm here at Megacon, Birmingham, and I'm here with Kaylee McKee. So just as a quick one, how did you get started into voice acting?
I just knew that I wanted to do it. I had gone to school for acting and illustration, and when I felt I was ready, I invested a bit in a home studio and started contacting some like indie animators and stuff. Eventually worked with them, some local businesses, got a client list together, made a demo after I had experience. That's the key thing. Demo is after you have experience because it showcases your experience. And moved to LA, and an agent liked my reel and liked my client list that I brought them, and that's that.
When you, what did you feel was like the thing that you brought yourself to the table? What was the, what would you say for your voice versatility?
So primarily where my philosophy lies is voice acting. The key word there is acting. Voice is just an adjective, right? So I focused on being an actor first. And then, because I am an actor first, when they hear my acting and then also hear that I can do this,
and then this,
they see that I have both packages.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I've tried to do voices like that. I can't do it. I'm nowhere near as strong or strength. I don't have the strength to do that sort of range.
Yeah.
So how do you sort of pick the range with certain characters?
You know, it sounds silly, but I literally read the character description, I read the script, I look at the image if there is one, often there isn't, and I just say to myself, if I were consuming this media, what would I want them to sound like? And can I do that? And I go from there.
Oh, okay. So you've played quite a few based on the desk itself,
Yeah.
and there's probably a few that I'm not even aware of. You played both. Like I said, you played both sides.
Yeah.
What do you think is your favorite roles that you've played so far?
Definitely Yuta in Jujutsu Kaisen, Kiku in One Piece, and I really like playing Testament in Guilty Gear Strive. They're a particular favorite.
Is it? Can you give me a ranking of those three?
You know, it's really hard because they all provide a different kind of fulfillment for me artistically.
Okay.
You know, Kiku was a real challenge. The most challenging role that I have, I think, because her range of expression is so wide, and like One Piece is written in such an interesting way that I really grew a lot as an actor. So I really appreciate what she brings. Whereas like Testament was like fully in my wheelhouse. Like I grew up kind of edgy, like dark themes. So like the blood and the scythe, I was like, oh, I'm just like loving this. So it was super just getting to play around. And then Yuta, getting to voice a shonen main boy is a lifelong goal, like a lifelong dream come true. So that was its own type of fulfillment.
So Yuta was mostly seen in the movie.
Yeah.
Testament was from a video game, and Kiku obviously is more of a serialized character through the Wano arc. I've got that right so far, and I believe it's Pina. My apologies, from a Netflix series. So obviously the recording times are different as well because one is more serialized, and you got. So what was the longest recording from those three, and what was the shortest total record time? Sorry.
Kiku for sure. Wano is a long arc in a show that is already notorious for being extremely long. She was in like a span of 100 episodes. So that was like over a year of recording consistently for her. And again, one of the reasons it was challenging, because she has so many different emotions and experiences and range of expression that I just really, I really enjoyed having that challenge.
Okay. I'll try to be quicker with the questions. I do apologize
No
if
problem.
I'm shifting fast, but I appreciate that you're taking the time out to talk to me. In terms of the fandoms, which is the one that you find to resonate with the most? Not your favorite?
Jujutsu Kaisen, for sure. A lot of me in the cast read the manga, have read the manga, and so we as the manga came out, there's a sort of a subset of the fandom that is very meme-y with the manga, and yeah, we share those to each other.
Yeah, that's fair. So Testament, obviously, character in Guilty Gear Strive. Evo's coming up. So that has a completely different take. So I'll tell you why, and hopefully this will be able to illustrate the question a bit easier. When people play fighting game characters, there's always this idea of tier lists and characters being stronger than others. And sometimes the voice actors do get some of the strays for that particular setup. How do you normally take situations like that?
All I can do is just it's kind of luck of the draw, right? I think you just hope you get lucky, and that even if your character is not top tier, that people really like their personality or their design. Because if that happens, then you're kind of set, and people are going to love you anyway.
Yeah.
And I think your performance can really carry some of that. So yeah.
Fair. When it comes to, so this is a bit of a, it might be sounding like a loaded question, so tell me if you want me to just not ask the question, I'll just edit it out afterwards. There's always this talk about voice actors and etiquette online. This was a community question. They were basically just trying to say, how do you navigate?
How I navigate it is basically, I think to myself, if it is negative, how much or if I'm speaking out about something that's going on, my consideration is, will me speaking out actually change anything? And do I feel it truly needs said? And if the answer to both of those is yes, then I will speak, and I will do it respectfully, and and I will be clear in my intention and my views, and I will leave it at that. Otherwise, it's kind of just learning on the job, like what's okay to say and not say as far as like what studios care about. Generally, I play on the safe side, but yeah, it's just sort of, I like to think of it as common sense, but a lot of people have different definitions of common sense.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think mostly it's just, think about your job, think about your friends' jobs, and think about if something you're going to say might make a studio upset at you, just make sure that you need to say it.
Okay. Thank you for that. Actually, I think a lot of people kind of need insight like that, especially no matter when, really. I feel like that's always important to talk about.
Yeah. It's like, speak out about something you dislike if you are attempting to enact change, not because you want to have a take in the newest drama.
Okay, that's fair. Just to palate cleanse, who's your favorite character in One Piece?
Besides Kiku, I would say, I really like Nami.
Yeah.
And I really like Ace.
Should I have just who's your favorite wife and who's your favorite husband? I feel like that might be a better question.
Well, I think I just answered that.
Okay, that's fair. Nami and Ace is good choices. And the last question is, I think you already answered it a little bit earlier, but if you want to add another lesson, what do you think is the most important thing for voice actors who want to get into it in 2025?
Find your people. Find other people who are trying to get into this, and build a friend group with them where all of you push each other forward. Keep you on top of things, keep you learning, tell you about the newest classes that are good, tell you about the audition that they found online. Do that and you will grow together and succeed together. I had a friend group like that with like AJ Beckles, who voices the main character in Dandadan now. Luis Bermudez, who voices Blanca in the newest Street Fighter. We were all in a friend group together because we met through classes, and we pushed each other forward. And now, we're all successful in this industry. So
that's a fair point. That's fair. right. Thank you very much for joining me on today's FazCast at Megacon Birmingham. A huge thank you to Megacon for letting me do this interview, and a huge thank you to Kaylee for letting me take part. Where can people find you, if you don't mind me asking?
You can find me on YouTube. Just search my name, and on Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram at GaspyVO, or at just Gaspy on Blue Sky, gaspy.bsky.social. That's GHASPEY.
And thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know who you want me to see interview next. Until next time, I hope you guys have a very wonderful and happy Faz Day. Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.